Your soulmate has something painful to tell you. They're terrified this truth could cost them you. My child, listen closely to me, because I am bringing a message about the true love you have been waiting for. Your soulmate has a painful truth they need to tell you, a deep secret they have kept buried in the dark. They are terrified that when they finally speak this truth, it will cost them your precious presence in their life. They have walked a long and difficult path before finding their way to the doorstep of your heart. Because of the heavy wounds they carry, they are convinced that their past makes them unworthy of your pure goodness. This fear is a heavy stone in their spirit, making them hesitate every time they want to pull you close. Stay with me until the very end, because I am going to reveal the exact sign I am placing in your path tomorrow. When you see this final revelation, you will know perfectly how to handle their fragile heart without causing more pain. You must not miss the guidance I am offering, because your future happiness depends on your understanding today. I have watched you closely through all of your lonely nights, catching every single tear that fell upon your pillow. You truly believe no one saw your quiet sorrow, but I was there wrapping my arms around your tired spirit. What you do not realize is that your soulmate has been crying those exact same tears for you. They have been begging me for a sign, praying for a love that will not abandon them when times get hard. Now that I have brought you into their view, their old pain has flared up like a sudden storm in their mind. They are desperately afraid that their painful truth will make you walk away from the beautiful future I planned. The Lord says, "You have likely been feeling a sudden, comforting warmth lately, a strange peace that washes over you without warning. This is not an accident, but my gentle hands actively preparing your soul for the difficult confession that is coming. I am softening your spirit so that you will be ready to offer them complete grace when they finally speak. Sometimes you wake up suddenly in the quiet of the night, feeling as though someone has just called your name aloud. That is the clear sound of their soul reaching out to yours, desperate for a reassurance you cannot yet hear. They are silently pleading with you to stay, even after you learn the deepest wounds they still carry inside. Do not look away before the end of this message, because the final promise I have for you will change your entire life. I will give you the exact words you must speak when they finally reveal their painful, hidden truth to you. These simple words will lock your hearts together forever in a strong bond that no worldly trouble can ever break. The painful thing they need to tell you is not a betrayal of you, but a painful place where life broke them. They suffered a rejection so harsh in their past that it left a permanent shadow over their ability to trust. They are terrified that if you see their broken pieces, you will decide they are simply too much trouble to love. You must be perfectly ready to look past their deep fear and see the beautiful, pure person I created them to be. I am asking you to take a final step of trust today and completely let go of your own past hurts. If your hands remain full of old pain, you will not have the open space needed to hold their fragile heart. Jesus says, I know you have endured your own seasons of betrayal, where your gentle trust was met with cruel neglect. Those harsh lessons were not meant to make you bitter, but to teach you the true value of a loyal heart. Your soulmate sees your strength, and it is exactly why they are so terribly afraid of disappointing you. They look at your face and see the absolute answer to every prayer they have ever whispered in the dark. Yet, the mirror of their own mind shows them a broken person who does not deserve such a wonderful blessing. This painful truth they hide is simply their profound fear that they are deeply flawed and impossible to love forever. Keep listening to my voice until the very end, because the final seal of peace I will grant you is almost here. I am going to show you a physical sign in your daily life that will confirm everything I am speaking now. Missing this sign would mean delaying the profound joy and complete restoration I have planned for your shared path. When they finally gather the courage to tell you their truth, their voice will shake and their hands will tremble. They will expect you to turn your back, because that is what the cold world has always done to them before. This is your divine moment to step forward and show them the unconditional love I have placed inside your spirit. I have carefully molded your heart to be the exact perfect medicine for the specific pain they have endured. You are the only person who possesses the right mixture of deep patience and true kindness to heal their hidden scars. They are terrified this truth could cost them you, because losing you would mean losing their one chance at genuine peace. The Lord says, you may have noticed old memories of your own past mistakes rising to the surface of your mind recently. I am allowing this to happen so that you remember how much you once needed someone to give you gentle grace. When your soulmate confesses their painful truth, you will remember this feeling and respond with pure, loving mercy. They are standing at the very edge of opening up, but the fear of your judgment is holding them back. Every time they look into your eyes, they want to pour out their soul and tell you everything they have survived. But the terrifying thought of you walking out the door forces them to swallow their words and keep the secret. Stay completely focused on my words until the end, because the blessing I am preparing for you is incredibly large. I am going to reveal the specific moment you should gently ask them what is weighing so heavily on their mind. If you follow my timing, their fear will melt away and they will finally hand you the keys to their heart. Their secret is rooted in a time when they were told they were simply not good enough to be cherished. Those cruel words became a heavy chain around their spirit, convincing them that any true love would eventually be taken away. They are so terrified that this truth could cost them you, they would rather suffer in silence than risk the loss. I need you to be the shining light that finally breaks the darkness of their long, lonely night. Your gentle acceptance will completely rewrite the story of their life, turning their deep tragedy into a beautiful victory. You must prepare yourself to be their safe harbor, because I have chosen you to be their permanent, loving home. Jesus says, your feelings of sudden exhaustion lately are tied directly to the heavy emotional battle they are fighting within themselves. Your spirits are already connected by my design, so when they sink into deep fear, you feel the sudden weight too. I am asking you to rest in my presence, so you have the strength to lift them up when they fall. They have typed out messages to you 100 times, only to quickly delete them before pressing the button to send. Their heart screams to tell you the painful truth, but their mind builds a massive wall of worst-case scenarios. They imagine you shaking your head in disappointment, turning away from them, and leaving them completely alone in the cold. Do not leave me before the end of this message, for the final revelation will bring you absolute, overwhelming peace. I will place a clear thought in your mind tomorrow that will give you the exact courage you need to approach them. This thought will be your signal that the wait is over, and the time for total healing has finally arrived. Your soulmate is not a perfect person, but they are the exact right person I designed for your specific journey. Their painful truth is just a single chapter in a long book, and it does not define the wonderful ending we are writing. You must be willing to read the sad parts of their story without wanting to throw the entire book away. By giving them the grace they desperately need, you are unlocking the deepest level of loyalty a human can offer. Once they see that their painful truth did not cost them you, they will love you with a fierce, unbreakable devotion. They will spend the rest of their natural life trying to repay the beautiful mercy you showed them in their darkest moment. The Lord says, lately, you have felt a strange urge to pray for someone, even when you did not completely understand why. I was directly prompting your heart to cover your soulmate in protective prayer while they wrestle with their terrifying secret. Your simple prayers are actually breaking down the heavy walls of fear that surround their mind and keep them isolated. They are closer than ever to finally speaking, gathering the tiny fragments of courage they have left in their soul. When the moment comes, it will happen suddenly, tumbling out of their mouth when they can no longer hold it back. You must be ready to catch their fragile words, holding them carefully so they do not shatter on the ground. Stay rooted in this message until the very end, because I am preparing to hand you the final key of understanding. The sign I will give you is going to wipe away all of your own lingering doubts about this connection. You will step out of confusion and walk directly into the bright, clear future I have promised you from the start. The painful truth they hold is a burden of regret, a heavy feeling that they wasted too many years being lost. They look at your beautiful spirit and deeply wish they could offer you a version of themselves that was never broken. They are completely terrified that their worn and tired heart will never be a prize worthy of your pure affection. I want you to wipe that lie completely from their mind using the gentle power of your unconditional love. Tell them that their scars are precisely what makes them beautiful to you, because they prove they are a strong survivor. Your acceptance is the exact miracle they have been begging me to send into their difficult, lonely life. Jesus says, when you see a pair of birds flying closely together in the sky, know that I am showing you your future. I am currently working deeply behind the scenes of your life, arranging every small detail to bring you both together. Their painful truth is the final large obstacle standing in the way of the beautiful union I have ordained. They are waiting for a guarantee that you will not crush their spirit when they finally hand it over to you. They watch your every reaction, studying your kindness, trying to convince their scared mind that you are truly safe. I am calling you to be flawlessly consistent in your gentleness, so their deep fear can finally be put to sleep. Listen closely to me until the end, because the final seal of peace I will grant you is a holy promise. I am going to place a specific dream in your sleep tonight that will show you the pure joy of your shared tomorrow. This dream will completely wash away any fear you have about carrying the weight of their painful truth. Your soulmate needs you to know that they are absolutely terrified because you mean everything to their weary heart. Losing you now, after finally finding the person I promised them, would completely destroy their hope in a good future. They are clinging to their painful secret like a shield, mistakenly believing it will somehow protect them from your rejection. You must gently lower their shield by showing them that true love does not run away when the sky turns dark. Your willingness to stand firm beside them will be the greatest testament of real love they have ever seen. They will realize that their painful truth did not cost them you, but instead, it bought them your deepest, truest trust. The Lord says, "You have been smelling familiar scents out of nowhere, sudden fragrances that bring a strange sense of comfort to your soul. This is my way of making you familiar with their gentle presence before they ever fully step into your daily life. I am weaving your senses together so that when they finally arrive, they will feel like a warm, comforting home. Their mind is currently a loud battlefield, fighting between the desperate desire to be known and the terror of being abandoned. Every time they decide to tell you the painful truth, a dark whisper tells them they will ruin everything good between you. You must be the loud voice of pure truth that drowns out the quiet lies trying to steal their joy. Do not click away before the end, because the final revelation is the exact piece of the puzzle you have been missing. I will tell you the exact feeling that will wash over your body when they finally begin to speak their truth. Knowing this feeling will prevent you from panicking, allowing you to remain completely calm and centered in my perfect peace. The secret they carry is a deep fear of repeating the terrible mistakes that once shattered their life so completely. They are terrified that the darkness of their past will somehow reach forward and ruin the bright light of your future. They believe that if you see the mud on their shoes, you will refuse to let them walk into your heart. I have already washed them clean, but they need your gentle voice to help them truly believe they are completely forgiven. Your job is simply to hold their hand, look into their frightened eyes, and tell them that their past does not matter. I have built a fresh, clear path for both of you, and old mistakes cannot travel on this new road. Jesus says, "You have been feeling a sudden, heavy tug in your chest when your mind wanders off during the quiet afternoon hours. That deep tug is the invisible string I tied between your two hearts, pulling tight because they are actively needing you. They are thinking about their painful truth, and the sheer terror of losing you is making their spirit cry out for help. They want to be the strong protector you deserve, but right now they feel like a frightened child lost in the woods. They are waiting for you to shine a bright light of acceptance so they can finally find their way out of the dark. Your love is the only compass that can safely guide them away from their painful past and into a joyful present. Stay with me until the very end, because I am preparing to hand you a divine blessing over your coming relationship. The final sign I will reveal will be so incredibly clear that you will never question my plan for your life again. This certainty will become the solid rock upon which you will build a deeply happy and wonderfully peaceful home together. Their painful truth involves a time they felt completely worthless, abandoned by those who were supposed to care for them. Because of this deep trauma, they constantly wait for the other shoe to drop, expecting you to eventually leave them too. They are terrified that by telling you the truth, they will simply be handing you the perfect excuse to walk away. You must prove to them that my love flows straight through you, bringing a permanent healing they have never experienced before. Wrap your words in pure kindness, and let your actions clearly show that you are not going anywhere, no matter what happens. When they finally understand that their painful truth did not cost them you, their entire spirit will burst into joyful life. The Lord says, I have been placing their name or thoughts of their face constantly in your mind, especially right before you fall asleep. This is my specific instruction for you to hold them in your thoughts, creating a safe spiritual space for their tired soul. I am asking you to be their quiet guardian while they gather the heavy courage needed to face their deepest fear. They are so terrified of the moment they must speak, they often lose their breath just thinking about your possible reaction. They imagine the disappointment crossing your beautiful face, and that simple thought brings a cold panic into their shaking chest. I need you to keep your face soft and your eyes full of warm understanding when they finally begin to talk. Do not leave this message early, because the final revelation I am about to share is vital for your upcoming journey. I will place a physical token in your path tomorrow, a small object that will prove I am directing your every step. Finding this object will give you a massive surge of confidence to handle the emotional weight of their impending confession. The deep pain they are hiding is the heavy shame of not being able to fix the broken parts of their history. They look at you, so bright and full of grace, and they feel like a dark cloud threatening to ruin your beautiful sunshine. They are terrified this truth could cost them you, because they believe you will eventually want someone who is completely whole. I want you to remind them that no human is completely whole without the healing touch of genuine, unconditional love. Tell them that you love the cracked places in their spirit, because those are the exact places where my light shines through. Your gentle reassurance will finally convince them that they are completely safe to be entirely vulnerable in your loving arms. Jesus says, you may have noticed a sudden desire to clear out old things from your house, wanting a fresh and clean environment. This is a direct physical response to the spiritual clearing I am doing inside your heart to make room for them. I am helping you throw away your old pain so that your arms are completely empty and ready to hold their sorrow. They are watching your every move, silently searching for any tiny sign that you might be exactly like the others. They want to trust you with their whole heart, but their painful truth screams at them to run away and hide. I am calling you to stand incredibly still, offering a calm and steady presence that naturally quiets their racing, fearful mind. Listen to my words until the end, because the final seal of peace is the greatest gift I can give your heart. I am going to wrap your mind in a blanket of absolute certainty, completely removing any fear of their painful secret. You will be able to face their truth with a strong, joyful spirit, knowing I am holding both of you tightly together. Their painful truth is deeply connected to a profound sense of failure, a time they felt they ruined their own life. They are so terrified that if you know about their worst season, you will simply refuse to share their future. They desperately fear that their past mistakes will be the heavy price that ultimately costs them your precious, beautiful love. You must be the gentle voice that finally tells them their past is a closed door that can never hurt them again. By accepting their painful truth without a single drop of judgment, you are actively participating in my great healing miracle. They will forever cherish you as the beautiful soul who saw their worst darkness and simply chose to bring a brighter light. The Lord says, you have been feeling unusually emotional, crying over small things or feeling a deep tug of sympathy for strangers you see. This is my Spirit expanding your capacity for deep empathy, softening the hard soil of your heart to plant true love. I am making you highly sensitive so that you can feel their unexpressed pain and offer comfort before they even ask. They are holding their painful secret so tightly inside their chest that it is causing them physical aches and restless nights. Every morning they wake up and tell themselves today is the day they will tell you, but fear always wins by noon. I need you to be incredibly patient, giving them the slow, safe time they need to naturally open their heavy heart.